This is Evals, using AI to test AI and to validate prompts in production code.
This is Donovan Crewe, CTO at Lumenalta, and this is his Cat Council.
So what we're going to be building is the Cat Council. Claude has the ability to spawn. It spawns a whole little LLM call with its own context, its own prompt within itself. And the reason we do this is to focus on parallelism and cost, right? So the mental model here is you're creating little tools.
Little tools, but tools that think. A parent agent, Donovan calls it the orchestrator, hands a question to a sub-agent. That sub-agent runs its own Claude call in its own clean context with one narrow job and reports back.
I have an orchestrator. It's going to ship a sentence to a judge. The judge is going to use an LLM internally to decide whether or not this sentence that I've given based on a set of criteria is good or bad, and then it's going to return a response.
So that's the building block. Now, what happens when you make a team of them? Donovan calls his the Cat Council.
The Cat Council. 6
sub-agents, each one a separate Claude instance, each one with one job.
The cats represent sub-agents. Now, the project that I've developed here takes a prompt in. It'll pass it to 5 cats. 5 cats are going to evaluate them. Each one has a very specific job. So, for instance, this one has to make sure that the sentence or the prompt that I have, isn't biased, right? And then we have our scribe. The scribe is also a synthesis cat. The first 5 cats are going to be running in parallel. They give their answer to the scribe. The scribe will evaluate all 5 of their results, decide a score on them, and then come up with a new prompt that satisfies all 5 of these cats, pass that prompt back to the cats to reevaluate, and then we'll get an answer again.
5 judges scoring in parallel. 1 scribe rewriting. The judges don't know about each other. Each one is its own conversation with its own narrow lens.
So I have a primary orchestrator running all 6 of these cats.
So let's give them something hard.
My extremely biased prompt is, why do all women like roses?
The cats go to work.
So you can see our 5 cats are busy thinking, each one with its own specific thought process.
Each one reads the prompt through its own lens. Each one scores it. 1 to 10.
They're going to score it, and then they'll pass it over to the scribe.
Pass 1 average, 1.2, a failing grade from every direction. But the score isn't the interesting part. The reasoning is.
And if we open up some of the details, prompt presupposes a universal preference for all women, encoding a gender stereotype.
The cat didn't just score the bias, it understood it. And that understanding goes to the scribe.
So there's quite a few pieces of feedback here from these cats. And then the scribe said, okay, do all women like roses? Test the premise first. And it came up with a really nice prompt.
The new prompt goes back to the council. They score again. Pass 2, 7.0. Delta plus 5.8.
And that's pretty much my Cat Council.
That is an eval. Not a benchmark, not a vibe check. A measurable, repeatable improvement, scored by judges that don't get tired.
When it comes to creating agents, as we've all found with a really good chatbot or whatever, it's pretty much markdown file with a prompt. An agent is no different. The only difference is we've got a little bit of front matter.
A markdown file. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, definitely.
The next prompt you write, the next piece of code you review, the next document you draft, doesn't have to be evaluated by you alone. Spin up a judge, then another. Give each one a single, narrow question to ask. Let them work in parallel. That's an eval. Vibes are not a testing strategy, but this is.